Welcome back to Chat English, where we help you speak without the stress. We have all been there, the elevator freeze. You say hello, and then silence. It is Monday morning. You are standing next to a colleague. The doors close. It is just the two of you for 10 floors. Your heart starts beating fast. You desperately want to say something, anything, but your mind is completely blank, and the silence feels heavier and heavier with every passing second.
To be honest, Jessica, I used to take the stairs every single morning at my old job just to avoid that exact moment. It wasn't that I didn't know English words, I just didn't know how to connect them.
Today, we end the freeze. I am giving you my bridge toolkit, 5 phrases that connect any 2 topics so the conversation never stops.
I am ready. No more stairs for me. I want to take the elevator with confidence.
That is the spirit, Dave. Before we get to the specific phrases, we need to understand how a conversation actually works. Think of it like a game of tennis.
Tennis? I am not very good at sports, Jessica.
Don't worry, verbal tennis is easier. Imagine the ball is the conversation topic. If I hit the ball to you and you just catch it and hold it, what happens to the game?
The game stops. It is game over.
Exactly. And that is what most English learners do. They answer a question and then they stop. They catch the ball. For example, if I ask you, Dave, how was your weekend? What do you say?
I usually say it was good, thanks.
And then?
And then I smile and look at the floor.
Exactly. You caught the ball. The conversation died. To keep the game going, you need to hit the ball back. We call this the follow-up pivot.
The follow-up pivot. That sounds like a dance move.
It is a little bit like a dance. The easiest way to pivot is to answer and then immediately throw the question back. The simplest version is, how about you?
It was good, thanks. How about you?
Perfect. That is level 1. But if you want to sound more natural, you can use a specific follow-up question. Let's try the weekend scenario again. Instead of just how about you, try asking a specific question related to the weekend.
Okay, so I could say it was good. I went hiking. Did you do anything fun?
Yes, did you do anything fun is a great bridge. It invites me to tell a story. It opens the door.
I see. So I'm not just answering. I'm opening a door for you to speak.
Precisely. You are giving me permission to talk. People love to talk about themselves, Dave. You just need to give them the invitation.
That makes sense. I always worry that I'm bothering people if I ask questions.
Not at all. Silence is often more uncomfortable than a question. Another great follow-up bridge is, have you ever?
Have you ever? When do I use that?
Use that when you want to move from a specific topic to a general experience. For example, if we are talking about food, and I say I had great sushi last night, you can pivot.
Okay, let me try. You had sushi, so I can say, oh, I love sushi. Have you ever tried making it at home?
That is brilliant, Dave. See how that changes the conversation? Now we are not just talking about my dinner. We are talking about cooking skills, home life, maybe even disasters in the kitchen.
I have had many disasters in the kitchen, actually. My sushi usually looks like a salad.
See? Now we are laughing and sharing stories. That is a real conversation. And it happened because you used a bridge phrase. Have you ever?
I like this toolkit already. It feels less like a test and more like a game.
It should feel like a game. But sometimes, Dave, you want to change the topic completely. Maybe the current topic is boring, or maybe you just ran out of things to say about sushi.
Yes, sometimes people talk about things I don't understand, like golf or economics. I just nod my head like a toy dog in the back of a car.
We want to avoid the toy dog look. When you want to connect 2 different ideas, you need the associative bridge. This is my favorite tool.
The associative bridge. That sounds very technical.
It is actually very simple. It uses the phrase, speaking of.
Speaking of.
Yes, you use this when something in the current conversation reminds you of a new topic. For example, if we are talking about the weather and it is very hot.
It is boiling today.
Exactly. You could say, speaking of hot weather, have you planned your summer holiday yet?
Oh, I see the connection. Hot weather connects to summer, which connects to holidays.
Correct. You build a bridge between the heat and the holiday. Try it. I'll say something and you use speaking of to bridge to a new topic. Ready?
I am ready. Hit me with the ball.
Okay. I am so tired this morning. I need another coffee.
Coffee. Okay. Speaking of coffee, have you tried that new cafe downstairs?
Perfect. You moved us from being tired to a new cafe. That is a smooth transition.
I feel like a magician. I turned your tiredness into a lunch plan.
You are a conversation magician, Dave. Now, what if the topics are not very connected? What if you want to jump to something totally different?
Like if you are talking about coffee, but I really want to talk about, I don't know, elephants?
Well, bridging coffee to elephants might be difficult, even for a magician. But let's say you want to talk about something that just popped into your head. You can use the phrase, "that reminds me."
That reminds me. Does it have to be exactly related?
It needs a small connection, a tiny thread. For example, if I am talking about my cat, you could say, "that reminds me. Did you see that funny animal video online?"
Ah, cat to animal video. That is the thread.
Exactly. Or if I mention I was late for work.
That reminds me, is the train still delayed?
Yes, late connects to train delays. You are finding the hidden links.
This is fun. It's like a puzzle. I'm looking for the little hooks to hang my next sentence on.
That is a beautiful way to describe it, Dave. You are looking for hooks. But sometimes there is no hook. Sometimes the conversation just dies.
The dreaded silence. The elevator reaches the 5th floor and we have nothing left to talk about coffee or cats.
In that moment, you need the topic switch bridge. This is your emergency button.
I need an emergency button. What is the phrase?
The phrase is, "by the way."
By the way, I have heard that. Is it polite?
It is very polite if you use it correctly. It signals that you are about to change the direction. It gives the listener a warning. By the way, did you finish that report? Or, by the way, are you coming to the party?
So I can just drop it in, even if we were talking about the weather?
Yes, but wait for a small pause. Don't interrupt me in the middle of a sentence. Wait for the pause, then say, "Oh, by the way."
Oh, by the way. The O makes it sound like I just remembered it.
Exactly. It makes it sound natural, not planned, like a sudden thought.
Oh, by the way, Jessica, I forgot to bring my pen today.
See? That worked perfectly. I wasn't expecting it, but it felt natural. Another version of this is "before I forget."
Before I forget. That is a good one. It makes me sound responsible, like I have important things to remember.
It does. It is great for business contexts. Before I forget, I need to ask you about the meeting.
I will use that with my boss, Mr. Henderson. Before I forget, can I have a raise?
Well, maybe save that one for a scheduled meeting, Dave. But the bridge phrase is perfect. "Before I forget" implies that the topic is important to you.
Okay, so we have speaking of for smooth changes and by the way for quick changes.
You have got it. Now, I want to talk about something very important. What do you do when the other person is talking and you are just listening?
I usually just nod. Maybe I say, or uh-huh.
The is okay, but it can be a little boring. If you want to be a great conversationalist, you need the rescue bridge.
Rescue bridge? Am I saving them?
You are saving the energy of the conversation. If I tell you a story and you just say, I feel like you are bored, I will stop talking.
Oh no, I don't want you to stop. I'm just listening hard. I'm translating in my head.
I know you are, Dave, but I can't see inside your head. I need to hear your interest. You need phrases that inject energy. Phrases like, "really?" or "no way."
No way. That sounds very American movies.
It is very common in casual English. If I say, "I won tickets to a concert," and you say, I am sad. But if you say, "No way, that's amazing. I am excited to tell you more."
No way. That's amazing. I have to use more emotion, right? I can't say it like a robot. No way. That is amazing.
Please don't be a robot, Dave. You need the intonation. It has to go up. "Really? No way."
Really? No way. How was that?
Much better. You sounded surprised. Another great one is, "You're kidding."
You're kidding. That means you are joking, right?
Yes, but we use it for anything surprising, good or bad. My car broke down. "Oh, you're kidding."
You're kidding. It shows empathy.
Exactly. It connects you to my emotion. And the best rescue bridge of all is a question. Tell me more about that.
Tell me more about that. That is a magic phrase. If I say that, I don't have to talk, right? You will keep talking.
Yes, it's a bit of a trick. If you are tired of speaking English, just say, "Tell me more about that," and the other person will do the work for the next 5 minutes.
I love that. That is my lazy bridge, but it also shows I am interested.
It is the ultimate compliment. It says, "Your story is fascinating. Please continue."
I am going to use that constantly. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that.
Just don't use it 3 times in a row or you will sound like a detective.
Okay, Jessica, I have a question. What happens if I use a bridge, like speaking of, and then I forget what I was going to say? That happens to me when I get nervous.
That happens to everyone, Dave, even native speakers. If that happens, just laugh and say, I lost my train of thought.
I lost my train of thought. My train left the station without me.
Exactly. It is a funny, natural phrase. It relieves the tension.
This toolkit is really helpful. I feel like I have a map now. Before, I was just walking in the dark, hoping not to bump into anything.
That is a great analogy. Conversation shouldn't be a dark room. It should be a bridge you built together.
But Jessica, what if the elevator reaches the ground floor? The ride is over. How do I say goodbye without it being awkward? Sometimes I just say bye and run away.
Please don't run away, Dave. That is the exit bridge. You need a smooth way to close the conversation. You can't just stop.
Right, I need to signal the end.
A great phrase is, well, I better get going.
Well, I better get going. The well is the signal?
Yes, well with a falling intonation signals that you are ready to leave. Well, I better get going. And then you add a reason. I have a meeting, or I need to grab some coffee.
Well, I better get going. I have a lot of emails to check.
Perfect. It is polite, it gives a reason, and it ends the chat.
And then I say, have a nice day?
Yes, or it was great catching up.
It was great catching up. That sounds very friendly. Even if we only talked for 2 minutes?
Yes, it implies that the short time was valuable to you. It was great catching up. See you later.
See you later. Simple.
Simple is often best. You don't need a long speech. Just a signal, a reason, and a goodbye.
I feel ready for the elevator now. In fact, I might go find an elevator just to practice.
That is the spirit. But before you go running off to find elevators, we should practice putting these together.
A drill? I'm ready, coach.
Okay, scenario 1. We are talking about movies. I say, I saw the new action movie last weekend. You want to bridge to the topic of actors. What do you say?
Okay, movies to actors. I can use the associative bridge. Speaking of the movie, did you like the lead actor?
Excellent. Speaking of worked perfectly. Now scenario 2. We are talking about work, but the conversation is dying. You want to switch to asking about my weekend plans.
Okay, emergency button time. Oh, by the way, do you have any plans for the weekend?
Perfect usage of by the way. You signaled the switch. Scenario 3. I tell you I just found $50 on the street.
I need energy here.
No way, you're kidding. Great intonation. I feel your excitement.
And then I can say, tell me more about that. Where did you find it?
Look at you, combining bridges. You used a rescue bridge and a follow-up bridge together.
I am building a super bridge.
You really are. And that reminds me, speaking of building things, building a community is hard work, but it is so rewarding.
Smooth transition, Jessica. That reminds me.
Thank you. If you are enjoying this lesson and want to help us build this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us create more toolkits for you.
Yes, and click the bell so you don't miss our next episode. We have some great topics coming up.
Speaking of topics, Dave, do you think our listeners have a favorite bridge phrase yet?
I hope so. My favorite is definitely speaking of. It makes me feel so clever.
It is a classic, but tell me more about that is also very powerful.
Jessica, can I use these phrases in emails too, or is it just for speaking?
That is a great question. Speaking of and by the way are perfect for emails. They help you organize your paragraphs. By the way, I attached the file.
But maybe not you're kidding and a formal email to Mr. Henderson.
Probably not. In writing, you might say, that is surprising news instead of no way.
That is surprising news. Got it. Keep the no way for the elevator.
Exactly. Context is key. But for 90% of your daily chats with colleagues, friends, neighbors, these phrases are safe and effective.
I am going to write these down on a sticky note and put it on my desk. Speaking of, by the way, have you ever?
Writing them down is a great idea, but saying them out loud is better. Muscle memory is real.
I talk to my sofa, remember? I will practice with my sofa tonight. Speaking of sitting down, you look very comfortable, Mr. Sofa.
Well, whatever works for you, Dave. The important thing is that you are bridging the silence. You are not letting the conversation freeze.
No more freezing. From now on, I am the icebreaker.
I like that title, The Icebreaker. Just remember, communication is not about being perfect.
Communication, not perfection. That is our rule.
It is. If you make a mistake, if you use the wrong bridge, it is okay. The other person usually just appreciates that you are trying to talk to them.
That is true. Whenever someone tries to speak my language, I am just happy they are trying. I don't check their grammar.
Exactly. Be kind to yourself. You are doing a hard thing. Learning a language is brave.
Thanks, Jessica. I feel brave today.
You should. Well, Dave, I think we have given our listeners a full toolbox today.
Yes, the toolkit is full. We have the follow-up, the association, the topic switch, the rescue, and the exit.
It was a very productive session.
It was great catching up, Jessica.
Oh, very nice exit bridge, Dave.
Thank you. I am practicing.
Well, before we officially go, we have a challenge for everyone listening.
Yes, a challenge. We want to see your bridges.
In the comments below, I want you to practice the associative bridge.
Complete this sentence. I love watching movies. Speaking of movies, blank.
Yes. What question would you ask next? Speaking of movies, have you seen the new Marvel film? Or speaking of movies, do you prefer comedy or drama?
Tell us your question in the comments. We want to see how you connect the topics.
We read every comment, and it is amazing to see you all helping each other.
Yes, let's grow our English community together.
Well, I better get going, Dave. I have a tennis match to play.
A real tennis match or a verbal one?
A real one, but I will practice my verbal tennis there too.
Good luck. See you in the next episode, everyone.
Take care.
Have a nice day.